she had put it in after washing it. She rolled it in a salt and cornmeal mix with Peter's worldly update filling the background like smooth jazz in a doctor's office waiting room. Too young to really comprehend the story, I pointed with joy at a familiar sight. "That's the White House," I said. "I'm gonna be there someday." Pulling out a pan from a cabinet underneath the sink, she turned around and smiled at me. Nodded, "I'm so proud of my bright grandchild" smile, or even an "I can see it now" smile. It was that condescending smile right before your whole world comes crashing down. That "oh, how cute" smile that adults give to a child, that "if you only knew" smile, that "I had dreams too" smile until reality turned it into a frown. Turning back towards the stove, she began to grease the pan with Crisco and replied, "Yeah, I was there once." Realizing that she had not understood my intention, underestimated the fervor of my youthful ambition, and miscalculated the heights of my eventual mission, I attempted to clarify my statement. "No, Grandma, I want to work there." "Oh, yeah?" she said, apparently gaining interest as she took the biscuits out of the oven. "And what do you want to do there?" Unaware of the intricacies of our government at the time, I didn't have to search the depths of my mind before I replied, "Duh. I want to be the president." I quickly regretted not phrasing my sentence more respectfully because she took a moment to answer me before shaking her head at my folly and responding quite calmly, "You can't do that, but you can clean it, boo." Peter bid us farewell until the evening news. Placing a plate of fish grits and buttermilk biscuits before me, she poured cream into her dark brown Lipton tea until it spilled out onto the saucer beneath. Then she buttered my biscuit for me because I wasn't allowed to touch the knife. And as I watched her split it apart, she marveled at the beauty of her culinary composition. Brown and flaky on the outside, white and fluffy in the middle. But before she sat down to her own meal, she packed the leftovers into the fridge to be eaten again tomorrow. Never the type to let anyone else's word determine my value, even if they share the same bloodline, I remembered that my mother had always said my grandmother was of a different time. In order to understand the way she behaved, I had to understand who she was. As she scooped up the 1930s Jim Crow South and put it in her mouth, suddenly I remembered, you are what you eat.